Okay, I think I'm live. I'm just gonna post this link to my Discord. There we go. So, having a sip of wine. Maybe type in here. Right. It is Friday night, and that only means one thing. More dialogue things. So let's see. I left off this just a few hours ago. Let's see. Where am I now? Gonna bring up a few things here on the laptop. There we go. So, where was I? Let's play the game, see what happens. Fall through the ground. That's perfect. There's a physics bug. I think it's when you perfectly hit the corner, sometimes it falls through. We'll fix that someday. Okay, what I did just before I went to have dinner and things was that I made it so that these things were sort of optional. Well, I made it so that they react on whatever you have in your inventory. Why am I wearing headphones? There's nothing in them. Okay. So let's go over here, look in the basement, take this thing, talk to him again. And you can say here's the butter, and if you say ask what I need to do again, the butter is no longer on the list. But you can say here's the butter, and then you lose it. Alright. So now let's see what needs to happen here. Here is the butter. Where is that? Here it is. Take item. So I just added this node. This node here I added before my little break. And what this node does is that it takes an item out of your inventory and it just disappears. So I was thinking, should the NPCs have an inventory that it gets put into, or should there be like a global state flag set based on this? If I was doing more of an RPG, you know, then I would probably make it so that this goes into the NPC's own inventory. But I'm not doing that. I'm doing like quite short levels that there's no big need for that really. So what I'm gonna do instead is set progress flags, and I have a bunch of these. So there's all these different ones. So we will go here. We go to game, find progress flag. Then we will say squirrel has butter. Just add one like that. use it. And this one won't show up anymore since he takes the butter, then it checks if you have the butter here, so this one will be gone. The only problem here is that this one will start showing again because you no longer have the butter. So maybe, yeah, this is a bit funny problem. You gave away the butter, therefore you no longer have the butter, but therefore the squirrel will tell you again where is the butter. So I think we need a progress requirement. Squirrel has butter with a not thing here as well, so that you can say you show this if you don't have the butter and this one is also false. So let's add that. Let's see, where is that? Oh, too many things here. Let's see. Squirrel has butter. Yeah. We need to go to dialogue choice. And you know, the thing that checks item, it says, should we check an item and which item should we check? It also has a flag that says does not have item, but there's nothing for the progress flag where it sort of inverts it, right? There's nothing that says you're not allowed to have this progress flag set. So we're gonna add that. Like, at this point you might of course ask, wouldn't it be better if when you pick up an item it sets a progress flag, and that progress flag means that you have that item? Yeah, maybe. But go like this for now and see, because there is something with being able to pick things up and put things down and having reactions to that. Does not have progress. Boo. Go to the serializer. Does not. Does not have progress. Does not have progress. So we do like that. And yeah, that looks good. Then we can go here. Progress to check. Are we in the editor? No, we're in I want to be in here. Progress to check. Oh yeah. Wait, am I not? Wait a minute. Oh, that's funny. So I have these, you know, I have these ones, progress check nodes, that are like, if this happened, then do this, otherwise do this, you know. And I've also added a progress requirement thing to the choices, so the choice only appears if a certain flag is set. But I've actually not implemented the code that checks for this. So that's why I was like, why is this only used here? Well, it's because it's not checked. So let's add that. So we go to item to check. Hello, Sabi makes games. We go here. passes item check. So we're gonna make an identical one to this, but for progress. So let's try that. We'll put it down here. Let's do a bit set of progress flag. Bit set, like so progress flag is just an enum. Progress flag is just an enum, but in Odin you can say bit set, and you can just say for this enum, and then you will get something that instead of just using a, you know, in C you usually will do something like this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 4, this is 8, and then that means that these get assigned to different bits, right? But in Odin you don't need to do that. You can just have your enum, and then you can say I want to have a bit set. I want to have a bit set that uses this one, and then that one will automatically have this sort of bit by bit split up, and you can do these operations on it. So it's sort of a layer in between. So we have our bit set, which is a progress flag. This means that if I just do this, then I can only check for one of the enums. But if I have this, then I can wait. Do I even support having multiple here? Yes, I do. Good. So I support selecting multiple things in the editor, right? So thank you, Sabe. So oh right, now I remember how this works. Actually, I should still be passing the choice here. Then we go to dialog choice, have a look at how it looks. So this is a bit set. So we have the bit set here. So we say if not check progress, or if progress to check is empty. I think that's how you say an empty bit set. We'll see if the compiler complains. Let's call this one progress match. And then we say has progress. Is that, what's it called? Get progress. Okay. That's not how I will do it. I will check it like this. I will check like gmem dot, is it in game memory? The progress, yes. Progress match is just gmem.progress. Then we can AND it. It's like a bitwise AND with c.progress to check. Equals. So if you AND it and it comes out that all the bits in this one appeared in this one, then that's good. And then we can just, this feels a bit too simple, but maybe it's just like this. Return c dot does not have progress. Then question is, if we say not, should it be that none of them are present, or should it be just that? No, I think this is fine. Because what will happen now is that, so it checks if exactly the same stuff that we select in this drop down here, if that's available, if that sequence of bits is in gmem.progress, which means that these are equal, then we have a match. And this one will return true. If does not have progress, then we should check not progress match, out of which we return progress match. Is that a correct? Is that a correct way to do it? And it should not be called passes item check. It should be called passes progress check. Let's see. Or not passes progress check C. So we're adding that. We go down here. We can move this up so it lives here instead. Or does not pass project check C. So hope that works. We can test it easily by doing if you talk to the squirrel at least once, then you end up here. So we'll add a choice that has a progress check. Actually, let's not do that. We have this one. We'll just check that one. Oh yeah, I need to add the not. So I have this button here that inverts this thing, but I also need the inversion here. The not thingy. Not. If so, the check item. Put it here, I guess. Well. Does not have progress. Is that it? Will it appear? Yay, it appeared. So, there we go. So you're not allowed, the squirrel is not allowed to have the butter, and you're not allowed to have the butter. That's the only time that those will appear. Let's try it. We run over here. This squirrel says stuff. Okay, butter, where is it? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm on it. I go fetch it. See, I have butter in my inventory. Here's the butter. And we can first check what do I need to do again. He's not talking about butter anymore because you're not going to ask about that because you already have the butter. Here is the butter. You lost it. And now you can't say, hopefully, yeah, you can't say anything about butter anymore in here either. The only thing here now is that we got this stupid spacing back here. And I think that's because in node size, wait a minute. This one. No, not node size. I mean, I'm doing silly things. It's this code is like active interaction something. Let's see, where is it? I am lost in my code. It's here. So there's some code here that says here, do choices. I did this stuff just before. Oh yeah, available choices. Available choices. Num available choices. Yeah, the only problem here is that this one needs to passes through progress check. No. And passes progress check. What are you compiling so long for? Yeah, you see, it shrunk. So what I meant was too much margin down here because it still added the margin for the option that's not on here. The choice. Okay. So now that one is setting. Here's the butter. He takes the butter and he sets a progress. Squirrel has butter. Okay. What are we gonna do now? There's a couple of different things I need to do. So I need to somehow... There's another part of this where you need to go and find what he says is the flower, and I have a whole little gameplay thing for this. That would be a good test also for the inventory stuff. So with this one, what will happen is that he's gonna tell you from the flower tree to the west. Now you'll have to go to the west. I think there's two problems here. The first problem is I can't get out of here because there's no collider here anymore because it's very stupid. Oh, I made it smaller. The collider for the door thingy dingadoo. Where is that? Isn't the door in here somewhere? Here. This one I can't easily fix it. I can add an extra collider, like I can manually add in colliders like this, but I think that should do it. Then I can. No? Why not? Why didn't that work? Let's run back and check. We open it. Okay. What's going on? Well, there is obviously a collider there. But you're jumping straight through it, aren't you? You're just jumping straight through it. Because the layer of the collider doesn't matter. No. It's my debug. This debug thing is getting more and more crowded. Here we have the camera position lines that I did in that Twitter thread I had going on with camera stuff. So as long as you're between these two, the camera doesn't move. But the moment you go past it, it moves the camera target position over here so that you see ahead of where you're trying to run. Anyways, what I'm trying to fix is that... What the hell, Mr. Cat? Oh, I remember now. I have... These colliders are broken. I added some extra colliders that can be... These are like Mario colliders. You can jump through them from the bottom. Whoops. Where does the tiles end anyways? There. Okay. Which layer is this one on? 0. Okay, I guess I can fix it for now by doing this. Put this one on layer 0 and move this one to layer 1. Save it. Yeah. Ah, a reset. I was just gonna remove the debug stuff. Ah, it's blinking. Why are you fighting with? This is the door. It should be on layer 2 then. Yeah. And now I hit my head here, which is fine. So, see, there's a blocker. I can remove that. This one. Yeah. This is fine. And now I can still jump over the door and sort of maybe I should make a door closable again somehow. Maybe I should make the door closable somehow, because currently it's just it's funny this the reason you don't see her is because there's a big brown box here, and when you open a door, there's like video game smoke and mirrors, right? When you open the door, what happens is it starts playing this animation. There's currently a collider here. Okay, I'm lying. Is that broken? Did I break it? Where's the collider? Hello JSM Maxwell. I'm gonna assume your name is actually Jason Maxwell. You just removed all the letters. But welcome back. Yeah, today we are smashing our heads into the ceiling. But I'm wondering why my door is. I can walk straight through the door. Well, that's interesting. Let's try to figure that stuff out. Okay, so okay, I see. Well, hello, Max. Does this one have a... Where's the door? Where's the door? This is my stupid entity editor. The door has no collider. This one... Where's your collider? You're supposed to have a collider, aren't you? Spooky. Yeah, now it works. Okay, good. I don't know what happened. Maybe I removed it. I'll see if there's a bug or if I removed it. Anyways, now I can. So what I want to fix here was that the squirrel told me to go west, but then I couldn't climb up because. Yeah. So now we're back in the west. The trouble here is that there's no trouble. I just need, there's a whole little gameplay thing missing here. The squirrel is telling you to go fetch the squirrel saying, where can I find flower? From the flower tree to the west. I have not drawn a flower tree. I don't have the gameplay code to get the flower from the flower tree or anything. So I think that's a good next step. So we shall see. We shall see. What's behind this one? Ah. Yeah. The void. So I was thinking that the player sort of starts over here and then walks over here. But then you sort of need to go back to the west. And suddenly... Actually, it's not that bad of an idea. So there will be a flower, like in the beginning, when you're walking to the squirrel, you will pass the flower tree, but you can only talk to it because you don't have the item to get the flower, which you will see later what that item is. But you'll be able to talk to it, so you will have seen it and everything. So what I think I will do is the game will sort of start over here. You walk over here, so I will extend the whole level slightly. We will delete this big funny rock. Then we shall paint some level here. Some level. Do that. Do this. Go back a layer. Paint these guys in. This tree is magical. This tree needs to go down a tiny bit. It's not that important exactly because I just wanted to look sort of all right. Then we need a trigger up here. The trigger should be of type set camera Y. So my camera I have lots of code to automatically pan around the camera and stuff, but I never change the Y position of the camera like without a trigger box or something, because I want you to be able to run and then you just feel it. There's that bug again with falling through the ground. I have to look at that someday. I want it to be like when you're running and jumping. Okay, there is something. Is there a hole in the ground here? Or maybe I have found a good repro for my... Yes! I found I've been looking for a repro for that forever. And there you go. That was so easy to make it break. Now it's not gonna happen again. I need to recode my whole physics anyways. It's just hacked together anyways. I think... Oh, well. Yeah, so even though I find a repro, I'm probably not gonna fix it because I'm just gonna redo all the physics instead. Maybe I'll try to... Maybe I should like put in something like Box 2D or something, like maybe try adding some physics engine to it. It would be nice to be able to push things off ledges as well. Currently it's the game feels a bit static because I don't have any way to push things off, and it's outside the scope of the game to do that myself, even though I think it's an interesting problem. So I'm having my Friday wine. Okay, so we're going over here. This is my new level design over here. And the reason I fell through the ground there is because this is a mess. What's all these duplicate? Well, you know what? I'm gonna remove all these. What is this even? What's this mystical red box? Ah, it's the mountains behind. I was like, what's following the camera? Oh, it's the parallaxing. There are mountains in the far background. Where did it go? Ah, anyways, there's mountains here. Actually, oh yeah, they're disabled currently. I will re-enable them because I think they're pretty. Like that. Should be mountains here in the background. Max says that it's hard to just use something ready-made when solving the problem is interesting, referring to using box 2D or something. I know that feeling. I'm classically, like from old times, I'm the kind of person who is like, I'm just gonna make an. Oh, it's sampling all day. Oh, damn it! Let's undo that. Yeah, I wanted to remove the stuff in layer 4, not. In old times, I was the kind of person who always like I was like, I'm just gonna make my game engine so I can make my game, which usually meant that I never made a game. This is one of the first times I'm still in layer 4. That doesn't matter because this is the ground, inside the ground, so I can be in layer -4. I mean, I'm pressing Q and E here, and you can see this layer number change, which is. But anyways, yeah, I'm typically the kind of person who gets stuck making game engines and stuff. But for this game, I'm trying to just use a language, use some library for drawing stuff, which is Raylib, and get something done. I'm paying absolutely 0 time on graphics programming that is not like, the only graphics program I'm doing is either shader programming or just like, the actual how to draw things on the screen and do it in a reasonably fast way. Like maybe nice to do some batching or something, but I'm not trying to write a fancy renderer, because I usually get stuck then. Because then I'll be like, now I'm just gonna have to make the game. But I'm thinking I'll try to finish making this game, and maybe after it I'll try to do something that takes both the previous experience of making stuff, like making game engine stuff, combined with making making the gameplay stuff, because my problem is usually that I am not the best gameplay programmer, and I just find the engine stuff more interesting. Did I put all of them in? No, good. Okay. Do I have? Oh yeah, I have this funny one here. This is actually, this stuff I'm doing here in the ground does not matter at all. It's just I just like making little funny patterns inside the ground. Do I even have anything to... Ugh. I was thinking if I even have something. Oh yeah, I can flip that one around. Have some special editing modes to flip stuff. Yeah, these things I'm doing here is just, I just like decorating inside the ground a bit. Actually, we're gonna do like this, I think. This is not even important. I don't know what I'm doing here. Why I'm doing this, I mean. Yeah, so we do like this. I mean, of course it's important to make things look nice. But I have promised myself to have a second pass later where I try to get some gameplay code, like get the whole game nice and running before spending too much time on making things nice and pretty. Because like I think I read a blog by the person who what's it called? It's a nice game dev blog by this person who makes the those games where you go downwards into a spelunky. The Spelunky guy has a nice blog about like actually finishing games, and I agree with lots of things on there to try to get your gameplay up and running as fast as you can, and don't worry about everything else, which can be a bit of a struggle sometimes because it's easy to be like, oh, but I always want to make the art pretty now, and then you make a ton of art that you have to throw out later when you realize you need to change the game design. Oh, why can't I paint in this layer? Ah, because there was a... Max says, I like the look of the dithering shading. Thanks. It's... I might have to throw... I'm gonna see later when I'm doing a second pass on the art, I might add some slightly more colors to have slightly more shades of color, because currently the whole game is 8 colors. If I open Sprite, click new, the game uses these 8 colors. That's the only thing you'll see here. But I did that because I needed a new fresh palette, because my old palette was too dark. The problem is it's a bit hard to, like, it gets a bit like this, a bit messy at times. So when it's moving, it's fine, but when it stops, it's not so good. And then, since I have sub-pixel interpolated, what's it called? Parallaxing. Also the, why am I having this? You get lots of this noisy stuff here. And it gets extra worse with the dithering. Extra worse. That's a good word. It gets worse with the dithering. Because there's lots of extra small plops everywhere. So I'm thinking of, we'll see how it goes. But when I do a second pass of the graphics, I'm gonna try to maybe double the amount of colors. So I just try to add in a few shades more. Maybe there will be another shade of green in between this one and this dark one. And then I'll try to put in more colored areas rather than use dithering. I still use dithering a bit, but not this much. And I think that might help with the smooth parallax, because smooth parallax and low resolution and dithering, a bit messy. A bit messy. We will see. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, now I'm spending weird time on doing this ground here, even though I'm talking about not spending too much time on doing weird things. Yeah, it's, I mean, I've stared at these games. Max says that he sees what I mean, but I've just stared at this so long, and there's just times where I really feel like the graphics gets a bit hard to read. I think the dithering is extra nice when you have low, when you have slightly higher resolution actually. So I love the, what's it called, I'm just gonna show something completely different here. The color cycling Mark Ferrari. Mark Ferrari is the guy who makes the backgrounds for Monkey Island and stuff. And he does this totally bizarre things with... can I zoom this up? Yeah. He likes doing like VGA. So this is... I think this is 256 colors. And he just makes a palette, and then he makes animations in the palette by cycling the colors. And he's sort of one of the kings of dithering. And you see lots of dithering here everywhere. However, the resolution is slightly higher, so you actually get this feeling of extra colors. Yeah. So there's no moving pixels in this. He's just cycling the colors in the palette, and some of these are absolutely bizarre. Here he has made waves. Apparently I'm playing sounds now. That's not what I intended. Yeah, it would look amazing on CRT because cathode ray tube displays, they had, they're more fuzzy than like the flat displays we have now, and it still looks pretty amazing. I think I think when you have flats, like when you have more than flat displays that where the pixels don't get blurred together as much, I still think this looks pretty awesome. But yeah, I mean, this one, like the smoothness of this animation, it's just cycling the colors like crazy. I even think he even did a crazier one. Well, he also did one with day-night cycles, which is even more bizarre. Whatever. That's not what we're doing here. But I just wanted to say that I wanted to show the slightly higher resolution and how the dithering, I think, becomes slightly nicer when you have a slightly higher resolution than this. This is 256. What is the resolution? I've forgotten. So long ago. 180 on the. What is? It's a widescreen. Okay, it's like that's 0. No, it's not. Oh, wrong way around. Yeah, it's 320 by 180 is the resolution I'm doing, which is sort of half of the VGA resolution. But I think, like you say, it's nice to have when you have 8 and 2 bits graphics and use a lot of dithering, then you're so forced to not try to, like, you're almost forced to not to keep the background simple enough. I mean, I think the Return of the Obra Dinn is the master example in using dithering, and that person is even doing it sort of procedurally because it's a 3D game with a shader on top. However that works, but somehow it does. But yeah. Okay, so now we're over here. Here's where the flower tree is gonna be. And don't mind all these evergreens that are the same, because I'm gonna add more at some point. It's just first pass stuff. Hello, Sky Trias. I think the reason you're glad to catch me live is that I haven't been doing any live streams. I mean, the reason it's been hard for you to catch me live is because I haven't been doing live streams for like a month. This is the first. Today I've been done 2. But before that I didn't do any for a month because I was, I don't know, not doing that. But I just realized it's fun to do when I feel like I'm not getting much done on the game. Then it's nice to have a stream of rubber ducks. That's what you are, stream of rubber ducks to talk to. Yeah, and here you see problems like the moment now I added a level up here, and then when the camera pans around you can see under some bushes because I have never been able to be up here before. So either here is like just decisions with when you change the height, because this one is parallaxing, this bush behind. There's several things I can do here. I can make that one not parallax, or I can see there's any other tree visible there. Yeah, this tree is also floating. But it's quite easy to test this. I can be in the editor like, okay, it's roughly like this. Oh, and then I can just take this tree, shove it down a bit. And either I push this one down And then it looks like this when I'm down here. Oh, that was too much, man. Can go up a bit. Sogbar says that he's okay with being a rubber duck. I actually know this Sogbar IRL, and now I fell through the ground. Is there a hole in the ground there? Nope. I'm seeing these bugs more now. Okay, we'll see. Sogbar is known for his pictures of posing rubber ducks with anything. So he's the #1 rubber duck talky person in the world, I know. His Instagram is full of him with rubber ducks. Okay. So maybe over here we have the flower tree. So you talk to the squirrel over here and the squirrel will be like, get flower. And then you get it from the flower tree. So that's what was gonna happen. So I need to draw a flower tree. And how does a flower tree look? Well, no one knows. How does a tree look? No one knows. That's the evergreen. I don't want that. Well, we have this one as a nice base. I want it slightly wider. So, let's say 128. Maybe like this. Then we erase it. Then we load in the palette. Load default palette. Now we're gonna draw a rubber tree. Not a rubber tree, a flower tree. Hold on to your butts. Like that. Fill that in, fill that in. Maybe like this. Ooh. This is where you need to bring out your inner Bob Ross. Be like, I know you had a limb there. Okay. Blah. Something like that. Maybe like this. So I want it to be like the flower tree is gonna actually have like leaves and like a bushy tree, but it's sort of whitish, and it actually looks like flower, and you're gonna somehow get the flower off. And I can spoil right now that my idea for this is that the flower tree is gonna stand here, and it's gonna be sort of this sentient being, like many things in this game. I think some of you have seen the sentient waterfall that's over here. So you can talk to the rubber tree and blah blah blah, but what you actually need to do is that somewhere in the world there is a mallet, and you take the mallet and you go and hit the rubber tree with it, and then the flower tree. I don't know why I say rubber tree. I think it's just rubber tree is rubber tree is something you're used to saying, but you don't say flower trees. Yeah, so you hit the flower tree with the mallet, and then all the flower just falls off. It's essentially like all the leaves fall off a tree just to the ground, and the cat is standing under it, and you get covered in flower. And when you come out of the pile of flower, the cat's turned from red to white, and so then you just go back to the squirrel, like, I got the flower now, and it's actually has to scrape it off you or something. I don't know, something like that. So we're gonna make a very weird looking tree here. I think it might need to be this shade of brown, so it's slightly lighter, because the twigs are sort of gonna be this color, or like the leaves is. Although I don't have that many colors. Let's see here. Let's look at this one again. Oh yeah, I don't want to save over this one, so I was gonna say flower tree. Maybe yeah, we're gonna save it here for now. gonna look at this a bit. This one has 3 colors. There's a dark, there's a green, and there's a light green. Here I have the sky has the blue color. I don't use this one much. And then I have this color, red, brown. I think I'm out of colors. Maybe maybe these 3 colors. It's gonna look pretty strange, but I think that's what we're doing here. Pretty strange. So this can be sort of the mid. This can be the dark color, and this can be sort of the highlight. Maybe I just don't try to overthink this right now, and maybe just add in the sort of. That's what I said earlier. I shouldn't try to overthink the art right now. Why am I doing all this in one layer? That's how you get into trouble. Now I can go back to this layer and do something like this. And then maybe there is a twig out like this. Don't forget that this tree needs to have a face, so there needs to be enough room somewhere for a face. So maybe the face is like this. Maybe it's like yeah, I don't know. Let's see. In my mind I have sort of this African steppe tree. Yeah, I'm thinking of these kind of trees, but slightly bushier, and then everything can fall off. But yeah, we'll see.
Sorry.
Ah! Someone's playing Psychonauts behind me. The first one. She was like, I want to play Psychonauts too. Then I was like, have you played the first one? No. Then I found that I had extra leftover keys in my humble bundle. Humble bundle store. This is a tree, I guess. Okay, how the hell am I gonna shade this with like 5 colors? Ah, I've drawn this one into the wrong. Can I magic wand this one out? Like, no, how does it work? Are you... Okay, it's like, no. Is that on? Ugh. Oh yeah, I know the no, there's a select color range. Select color range. This is the best. Doo-doo. Oh, I'm in the wrong layer. That's why it doesn't work. Anyways, I can still do this. Then I cut it, change layer. Go back. There we go. Max says that he screws up too much to use Sprite and use Krita mostly. Krita is another drawing program. Personally, I think Sprite is the best program ever made. It sort of has all the same key bindings as Photoshop, and I know Photoshop in and out, but it only does pixel art. And it just does I can almost sometimes just like, I don't know how this feature works, and I press a key and then it's the correct hotkey. But I think that comes from my Photoshop experience. But then it just has all the nice things for doing pixel art. I think there's nothing like it. Yeah, it's my favorite program. Okay, where's the face gonna be? Oh, we're in the wrong layer again. Maybe it's like a bit like this, maybe. That is too much. I also like Asprat because as long as it's not doing too high resolution, the performance is very good and it's very stable. It has never crashed on me, and it starts in like 1 second, and yeah, it's all good. Maybe the flower tree is a grumpy tree. What am I doing? Stupid thing ever. I like it, but it's stupid. I think this is, after the waterfall, this might be the silliest thing in the game so far. Yeah, maybe thinking if this is the problem. I immediately want to go in and start dithering everything here and be like, you know. But I probably shouldn't, because that's what I'm gonna do. I need to get more gameplay into this game, not focus all the time on making pretty graphics. So we're gonna be happy with this for now. Maybe gonna add a arm like that. And then we like that probably. No, not at all. Ugh. Painting in the wrong layer. Painting in the wrong layer. Yeah. Ship it. See here. Does my... I think I have a bug ever since I redid the asset importation stuff. Oh, there it is. Hi. Hello. 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 Also want to maybe put some... What mountain is that? Is it this one? No, it's the other one. Maybe we put this one background here. What's the parallax value of this? 0.8. 0.9. 0.8 minus 10. And then we can add a few bushes maybe. Like this guy. And maybe you'll think of me. Yeah. And then we need something in the background. Weird because these two became slightly similar. But we'll see. Is this 0.6 on this? 0.4. 0.4. And yeah. This one needs to come in a bit here. Need to give the flower tree some space. Alright. And I think we'll add a tiny bit more of sort of land over here. But not too much. Not too much. Oh, maybe we'll do a little cave or something here. I like a good cave. How do I make caves now again to look nice? Yeah, just remove this guy. What we'll do is we place maybe something like this. No, this one. And then we have this one. And this one. Yeah, I can place that one again. Or just use this one. Then we take these. Or maybe even... Oh, that's good enough. Is there, I wonder if there's something to connect this thing. Is there perhaps? No. Oh well. So now we can do something like this. Do like this one. Is this the thing I need? I have a cave. I have some caves on the other side of the map. I'm just not sure exactly how I built them. That looks okay. Then we go back one layer. Do like that. I have this funny thing. There is a rounded corner. Oh, that's you. That's you, the rounded corner. That's what you're for. You're supposed to go like that. Then you're supposed to put blocks like that. Back one layer. Then I have this little cute thing that I put like that, and I remove this, put it back one layer, go forward one layer, and put that there. And then this should probably not be... Don't I have a way to... I can just do it like this for now. Thinking for making cave floor. I think I'm doing that. And then we will place a cute tree up here that just sits on the edge. And maybe there will be a big tree in the background at parallax layer 0.4. So you'll be down here, sort of, which means it can go up a bit. Yeah, that will be all right. That will be all right. And then we go to this guy. This guy. Right, do paint in that stuff. And then go back one more layer. This is my favorite. I hold the mouse still and just move the camera around. I hold down the mouse button. It's much easier than moving the mouse around. Just pan around, fill in some blocks. Okay. Oi. Oi, 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 oi. Oi, oi, oi. These are in the wrong layer. You can see here there's a debug thing. I can see which layer all the tiles is in. If they're less than 0, they know they ain't got no collision. Thinking maybe this is where the game starts. Your cat is having a cat nap, as they call it, in this cave here. It goes out, it meets the flower tree, goes on, blah blah blah, and then you get down to the squirrel. That's gonna be good. That's gonna be good. Okay, now we need to make an NPC out of this guy. Which usually means two things. Separate the face. Do like that. Take the face out. Face off. And then we need to make a new NPC, which is in my game not the most smooth process in the world. We need to go to NPC subtype and say there's a few. Actually, NPC subtype is not needed. The only thing we need to do is go to built-in variant here. So in my game I can I can create new entity types either from in the editor or from code. And the one that come from code, I can control more the behavior. But currently setting them up is a bit of a mess, and you'll see why now. Because I'll be like, okay, I want flower tree face. Because it's just a face, the rest will be, let's just call it flower tree. And I compile that, and then I got a million compile errors because, okay, let's start with actually making the, that's, I copied the wrong layer. What's going on here? Okay, let's trim that one down a bit. Maybe do it 16 by 16 pixels. Then we do a new, gonna animate this guy. Gonna do the best animation ever here. What we do is we remove this. Then we do this. Oh, maybe that's good. No. Okay, we're gonna do like this. And then in this one, never mind these animations, the face animations. Some of them have 2 frames, and it's like, I'm gonna do them justice at some point. So I have a map up as a folder here of, what's this guy called? It's the flower tree face.ace. And I am gonna export a sprite sheet. It's gonna go in here, flower tree face. It's gonna look like that. And now we need to get some textures. So what I was saying here is that adding new NPCs is a bit of a mess right now, because there's just too many places I need to change stuff, and I was trying to address this, but I've just done too much code on this game, so currently I'm just trying to live with it, but we'll see. What's it called? Flower tree. So this is the for the built-in type flower tree, we get flower tree face, which has 4 frames. Yeah, I was trying to refactor out all this stuff, how I set up entities. I could continue doing that, but I felt I was spending so much time not doing my game that I just like, I'm not adding NPCs and new built-in types that often, that it's really a problem, but I know at least now how to not do it next time, because this is a bit of a mess. This function, what does it do? I think the editor uses this to create new entities. This is where entities are enabled. Yeah, here I need to do some stuff. Here I need to be like flower tree. It needs to get a flower tree face picture. 4 frames. How fast should it animate? It's probably fine. Remove that stuff. Go to the next one. This is this is not needed. This is return string to UID. This is the, in my editor everything is a unique identifier, so this is the thing that makes sure that exists. Case.flower tree e.variant equals NPC. Yeah, and this is the thing that creates a new entity in runtime. And there's one left here. I think this is the update No, this is the place entities. In many of these cases, I could have gotten away with doing like a partial switch. You can in Odin do like partial switch, and then you don't have to do all the cases. The problem is, I'd rather catch the times when I need to add a case than the times when I have to add a dummy case like this. But you see, yeah, this is silly that I have these kind of giant cases that don't do anything. No, it's compiling. Okay. That's the door face. Is this the... Is it this one? Did it not load properly? Let's see, assets. Flower tree face. Seems to have loaded properly. Okay, I'll try resetting the game. And there it is. Push this one forward a bit. I think it should be there. I can move the player also. Delete you. Go over here. Put you here maybe. Oh, you got the correct layer. Ah. Put in a trigger here. It says, can I make it slightly bigger instead? Should also make my trigger placement box be slightly bigger. The name is set camera Y. So now it starts like this. I can go over here. This guy is sad. And now this NPC. It's a dialogue ID, so I can talk to it. I mean, make a new dialogue, and it's gonna call this one flower tree. So start like this, and he's gonna say, I'm a tree. Flower. This is just me testing. And I'm gonna go here. So this works. Yeah, this is my amazing animation. It's something. Oh, I hit the microphone. Dong. What's he gonna say instead? It's gonna say. It's always fun to come up with sort of a persona for these things. I have a couple of different ones, like why can't I? Can move the editor. Oh well, whatever. Weird. It's fun to come up with the sort of personalities for the different NPCs. The squirrel is supposed to be the super scared one. Then we have there's a stone here who is just stupid. The waterfall is, it's like does dad jokes, and the cat is sort of supposed to be this, how to say, the cat is, I wouldn't say it's silly, it's more like it's like quick-witted, saying like talking back funnily at people. So then maybe this is our sad character. It's just sad. Yeah, it's not gonna say anything. You're gonna have to talk to it. Sad people don't say stuff unless you talk to them. Hi. No, the cat doesn't say how, it say meowdy. Meowdy, how are you this fine day? And it will be like terrible. Then you can have a few choices. That's unfortunate. Why are you so pale? Bummer. Bye. I don't know. I don't know. And then it says, I'm unfortunate. Why are you so pale? I am the thing that makes bread go. No, I am the thing that makes bread go poof. I don't know what I'm typing here. I'm just trying to put in something. I am. Here you have some choices. Baking soda. Soda. Yeast. What more? No, flower. I am the flower tree. All these go to the same. That's unfortunate. I'm unfortunate. Oh, that was not hooked up. Oh, it's the other one. Why are you so pale? I'm unfortunate. Maybe. So. Hello, Leander. Leander says that they liked my recent videos on Odin and gained some nice insight into the parts I hadn't a chance to touch yet. Thanks. Thank you for watching. It was fun to make that kind of video because I felt like it's still a bit unclear to many people what's like. Odin is this kind of a language that's a bit hard to sell because people are always like, oh, so what's the unique selling point, or what's so special about it? And I'm like, when people be like that, I'm like, you know, it's like C but less annoying. And you're like, okay, whatever. But you sort of have to see it to understand it, that it's actually yeah, it has all these there's so many things, small, like both big and small things that are better, that all together they make for an experience that is nice. And there are lots of people who like programming in C but are annoyed on a daily basis of the very old and crusty things about C. And lots of people who program in C++ also that try to not do too kind of modern C++, but they're a bit caught in between, and they're like, but I don't want to do C because it's missing these other things I like generics and stuff. So I understand all of those, and I think they all come together nicely. All those people can come to Odin and find something that I like, I think. Why are you so pale? I'm the thing that makes bread bready. Yeast? No, flour. I am the flower tree, and I'm tired of it. Good day. Okay. Banger dialogue. Let's see. There's several things here. If you have already gotten the quest, it's sort of a quest from the squirrel over here to get flour. Maybe I'll I think if you've never talked to this guy, then you should always go to game, progress flag, talk to flower tree. I think I should start having some implicit progress flags, like related to the NPC itself. So there's like, for every NPC there is like, have you talked to me before? And that one is set. Oh, the first time you talk to them, it's set. Just no matter what, it's just set. Because I get all this crap, like how many talk to is it in here even? There's 2. Amazing. Now, but it's something that comes again and again. I think there's door greeted. Yeah, that's talk to. Just bird greeted, rocket greeted. All these are, have you talked to them before or not? But I'm sort of just making it up as I go. So Leander is asking or saying that one thing that they haven't figured out is how to get Odin to link the way I want to. I prefer statically linking some libs, but I couldn't get it to work with the vendor SDL2 lib. I use raylib, and raylib is by default statically linked, so that obviously works. We can quickly look at that just because I have nothing better to do. In raylib you can actually open the thing here and see what it does. So if I'm on Windows and it says raylib shared, then it will do this, and if raylib shared is false, then it will do this. So you see here it links to raylib dll.lib, and here it links raylib.lib and stuff. Although I think there's I don't know if it's my local setup, but I have my own copy of raylib within my, because the default is that it does the static linking, but the shared linking, I'm not sure that one is correctly set up, because I have my own copy of raylib, and in that one I've had to change the no default lib to msvcrt from libcmt. In this one, it's both are the same. But we can look at, go to programs and look at SDL. I haven't used SDL in 15 years, 10 years, I don't know. Okay, when OS is Windows, it links SDL lib, SDL2.lib. From what I can see here is that if there is a way to statically link SDL, then the Odin's version of STL, like it's shipping with, they've not shipped with the static version of it, because if you look at raylib, then there is a raylib.lib and then there's a raylib.dll.lib, and you know, you see this one is 4.9 megabyte, this one is this much smaller because it will use in combination with the DLL, and this one is big because it contains the whole static library. And I'm sure you can do that with STL, but it just seems like when these bindings were put together, they only put in the dynamic one. So you can't do that with this one unless you, what you could do is try to figure out exactly which version of STL you're using. Well, it's STL2. You get STL2 and you get both the dynamic and the static version of it, and you put them in here, and then you try to, you can look at how raylib does it with the shared and not shared stuff, and maybe you can just import the DLL version and not, depending on if you want static or dynamic linkage. And like I said, the only thing I noticed about raylib is that I think maybe this is, I don't know, in my case I must use libvs, whatever it's called. I must use this one in the shared case, but you were looking for this. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not. This has something to do with the standard library in Windows. These extra linker flags. I think it's the, what's it called? Yeah, the C runtime in that it links against in Windows. Something. You're welcome. Let's see. Where was we? Where was I? Meow D. Okay. Let's go back to the dialog and add no, not that one. Not that one. This one, set progress. Didn't I add a progress flag? Oh, I didn't compile. Ugh. Talk to flower tree. From that one and that one. That's the only two ways to leave this one. Actually, an easier way to do that is to go over. Whoa, what happened? This node's appearing everywhere. So immediately sets the flag. And then before we set the flag, we can check if talk to flower tree. Check this one. If it's not set, we set it and then we do the whole dialog. And in this case, we have who are you now again? And then it's like goes here. Oh, I'm a genius. Instead of catch you later, the cat says scratch you later. And I think I can just check talk to squirrel here. And then it's like, can I have some flour, please? And it's like very grumpy. Do I look like a flower dispensary? No. Go away. The cat says rats. So stupid. It's all so stupid. Okay, let's try this. I'm gonna cheat. Fly over here. Hi. Can't get out of dialogue. Final boss of the game. Get out of dialogue. Oi, need some camera trigger. There we go. Ah yeah, so now it can say that. Can I have some flour, please? ... Do I look like a flower dispensary? No, go away, rats. Okay. And then there needs to be some hint maybe in that dialogue, and then I'm also gonna have a mallet you can pick up, and you can look at the mallet by pressing the use key, and the cat. Yeah. Somehow I'm gonna add some hints in there so you know that it's so you're supposed to go here and use it on this, and then he will hit it and all the flour will fall off, and you will stand here while it falls off, so it falls on you and get covered in it and stuff. Ah, crash. Didn't have the debugger attached. Hope I well, that was a good run. Had a game turned on for who knows how long. Bummer. Bye. Do 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 do. Have to make my own music. Do 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 do. All these items should be removed. They are debug items that I put in to test the pickup system. The pickup system. Okay, this is bugged. He goes straight into this one. Why? Oh, there's no... What's happening here? I don't have the egg, but this one... Talk to squirrel. Should be like this. Yeah. I must have undone it previously. Do 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 do. Then you run over here. Yeah, now you need to go get a mallet or something. Okay, I think that's that for this stream. I'm gonna make some caffeine-free instant coffee like I usually do in the evening, and then I'm gonna wind down because it's late. Yeah. But thanks everyone who came around to chat and watch and talk stuff. If you have anything you would like to see in a video, or if you just want to hang out, you can come to the Discord server, or you can leave some comments on this video or something. But yeah, have a nice day, evening, or wherever you are. Where is OBS? There it is.